Oi, oi. Certainly a warm one again today. Not quite as hot as yesterday, but really hot in the night it was. Hardly got any sleep. So what I'm planning to do today, I don't know if I'm making a mistake, but I'm off on a bit of a long one. I'll fill you in as we go along. Let's start off to what happened last night. I had an email come through from John. That's John that's down here on holiday. And he sent me a little clip of some Morris dancers in Shaldon. Here we go. Only short. So I said, oh, that's nice, mate. When's that then? Was that back in the folk festival? He says, no, it's now, it's live. I said, blimey, didn't know that was going on. He says, yeah, it's all happening over here. He goes, you want to see the sky? There's even paragliders floating around. So, all going on in Shaldon while I'm at home then, isn't it? All going on in Shaldon. So I thought to myself, well, I'll wander over today. Just take it easy, not go too mad. And hopefully, I won't get heat exhaustion on the way. Got my bottle of water with me, smashing. Now I have been promising you pictures of the Blue Anchor. Well, I'm still going to do one of those. I'm going to cut down, do it on the way. Oh, you're still standing. Yes, I think I'll be all right if I just take it easy, not trying to win any races. Just make my way over to Shaldon at my own pace. Oh, hiccup there. And of course I've sourced out plenty of photos to show you on the way over. Here we are, Blue Anchor. I got a pic from 1897 before it was called the Blue Anchor. I've got another one as well in 1925, but we'll do that on another day. Let's get into position. See those windows up the top there. Anyway, let's get placed. Here we go. 1895. Ka-ching. Look at that. Still recognisable, isn't it? Smashing. Back then it was for Blue Anchor. It says what it was on the thing. Lovely. Right, let's crack on. Now normally I'd say, right, let's walk down the poly steps, go through the secret tunnel. I don't trust that in the slightest today, I'm afraid. Simply because I think it's going to be a high tide. So I won't hedge my bets. I'll take the safe route. We'll go up here. That's the Airbnb place, Customs Cottage. That was a funeral director's for a long time, but he got into a bit of trouble. He was keeping the donations for himself, so he disappeared. And back across the covered bridge for probably one of the first times on the channel I've walked across it this direction. Along here, past the new flats, to round the corner to where the old job centre was. Not an awful place for a bit of train spotting, but it is right by the dog poo bin and it does smell, so I won't stay here any longer. Yeah, it's a little bit pongy, that was. Anyway, up here, that's where we walk along often. It's Bitton Avenue, isn't it, where the man's got their cup of tea and the milk. I thought we'd take a back route down the alley. This is in between Alexandra Terrace houses, which are the ones over there to my left, and the ones that make up Bitton Avenue up there. Again, this is one of these places that I used to walk almost every other day when I had a friend live down here. But I haven't walked here for about 35 years. So should my friend Chris, who now lives in Manchester, be watching this, which I very much doubt, forgotten all about me now, but if you are, I'm walking by your old back door. Lovely. And we come out between two houses onto Park Road, which is opposite Bitton Park, just over there. There's the car park. Lovely. Scout huts down the bottom to my left, bottom of the road that is. And we just take the lower path, which we did take the other day, but in the opposite direction. That's the ramp up to the bowling green. I assume disabled access. And we'll head down here, parallel with the railway lines and the back of the rugby club. There's a bridge up ahead we'll be walking across shortly. Again, this is a different direction for me. As I say, I often, well, not often, but I've walked this one quite a few times, but always in the opposite direction. No trains come along as yet. They'll probably come along as soon as you get to the bit where there's all really, really thick bushes and there's no way to see them. Nice little gate there, look, it's got a padlock on it. Of course, there's the rugby club. Looking rather quiet. Remember last time I walked along here, there was a chap cutting down all the tendrils that were sticking out, so that was good. Makes it a lot easier to walk down here. Now I've got a shot of Shaldon Bridge sent in by John. That's the other John, not the one that's in Shaldon sending me videos. And taken from up there, looking down that way onto the bridge. Not walking all the way up there to line it up, but here we go. So thanks for that, John. Much appreciated. I hear a train. It's on 125. Whee! And there she blows. Looks like I probably could have got through the secret tunnels today. Had my tide times a little bit mixed up. But never mind. Different route, wasn't it? Different route. Smashing. Of course, here's the toll house. Got a little picture of the bloke who used to live there. Here he is. Pause that if you want to try and read some of that. Hopefully it'll be readable. But that's the chap that lived in the toll house. Smashing. New build taking place there. What a view they're going to have. One of the very, very modern houses. It's basically made from iron girders in cube style. That's over there, looking out. And up ahead, we have the boatyard. And that used to be the gasworks, believe it or not. Here's a photo of it when it was the gasworks. So there we are. Boat works as gasworks. And a new place being built. Excellent. And a 5x zoom from the bridge. Trying to go too fast. Look how much of the salty is visible. We'll go back to the salty later when we're waiting for the ferry. There is another photo I've had submitted. Unfortunately though, I can't remember who submitted it or what the complete deal was, but I got it in the back of my mind. Somebody's dad. Anyway, here they are on the beach down there, with Teignmouth in the background. That's where it would have been taken, down there somewhere, and that would have been the 1980s. So thanks for sending it in, and if that's your dad you're looking at now and you sent it to me, drop me something in the comments so I know who to say thanks to. Anyway, we'll be carrying on up now. To my left is Shaldon School, as we mentioned a few times. I always say there's the modern part of it, the modern version. Lovely. Much bigger, and the old-fashioned traditional building there. And of course that's the school there from back in the day. And here's a picture of the students from back in the day. Here we go. Would you like to join that class when you were at school? Don't think I would. Not really. Anyway, It eed what it eed, innit? It eed what it eed. Talking of schools, Hazeldown School, my old school, had a 50-year anniversary. This was taken during the first year. Here we are. I looked at that in detail, seen writing on it. Don't recognise a single person. But I'm not in it. Anyway, by rights I should be if it's 50 years ago and they just opened. But never mind. It's all good. It's all good. Hunter's Lodge, of course. Good old Shaldon. Lovely. Old Clifford Arms. And the Shaldon Pharmacy. Just take the alternative road down Teignmouth Street this time. That's the lovely thatched cottage for sale. Lovely. If I remember to think about that when I'm editing, I'll look it up and put a link for that. With the wicker cat, plural, chasing each other on the roof. Smashing. Another one there from Bradley's. They've sold though. Shaldon Conservative Club. And that's, I think it's Pear Tree Cottage up ahead with the thatch, which is an Airbnb, I believe. As a few people have stayed there who watch the channel. Yeah, Pear Tree, that's right, I remember now, yes, Pear Tree Cottage. That's right. Even says it on the bins. There we are. Pear Tree Cottage. Lovely. And there's the hub, like a social thing for a social space for Shaldon. Nice to see all the flowers. Remember when all that was being built? I watched them building that balcony there and putting all the frontage on the building itself. And we're back down to the beach. Looks like people getting off the ferry. Might not have to wait today. Excellent, excellent. They've come back for me. Lovely. Sold. That's the one that was for sale. Darn Partners. We looked at it the other week. Sold. Pam's old cottage. Morning, Pam. TH119. That's a boat with a lot of character. And behind it is the Salty. Oh yes. And here's a picture of when they kept boats on it in the 60s. Here we go. That's looking back at the docks, etc. Which is of course just over here, back in the 60s. And there's those signs, Port of Teignmouth, and someone in dock. Lovely. Now normally I would have carried on along the beach, but to be fair, it's too much on the hot side. I've already finished my thing of water I bring with me, so I want to start getting into the shade, hopefully. Around here, there we go, minimum amount of shade. Oh, that's better. Oh. Much better. Down towards the lobster lounge. Lovely. Getting a delivery to cool people down. I found a little shade over this side now. Glad they've left all the murals on the wall. Wouldn't it be a shame to have painted those over when it changed hands. Scorching. Someone was asking me if we still had Smith's. Yep, it's still there, it's over there. Going to change its name apparently. It's one of the ones that's going to change its name, but no news on that yet. There's Gavin, open to business. Lovely. Lots of people in there. Smashing. The windows broken in Teignmouth over the weekend. That one there in Peninsula Hearing Care. And one on the antique shop. Time Flies, Tempest Fugit in Northumberland Place. Mum's Opticians. Of course, well named. And be there tomorrow, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. For her to get her glasses sorted out anyway. So there we go. Nice little wander. Lovely and warm, scorching in fact. I think I managed that okay. Took my time, didn't go too mad. Excellent. Hope you enjoyed it and see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.